Welcome, everyone, to our Thursday night Patching Podcast Testimonial Call. My name is Leah Stastny. I'm a Senior Presidential Director with LifeWave. I'm going into my 5th year, which just blows my mind that the time has gone so fast. But we are excited that you're here. If you are a first-time guest, you're definitely going to want to thank the person that invited you because you're going to hear some incredible information tonight. So I want to welcome my beautiful co-host, Dr. Jennifer Smith. Girl, I'm so glad you're here and we're together again.
Yes, hello. Thank you all so much for joining us. I love doing this with you, Leah. So we always have a good time and just hear truly amazing stories. So I'm sure tonight will be no different.
Yes, and you guys, just a real quick disclaimer that we always want to share. Please know that we are not doctors, although Dr. Jennifer is a doctor. She's not your doctor. We are here, and the information that Larry and Sarah are going to share tonight are for informational purposes only. We definitely want you to connect with your practitioner or your doctor and let them know you're embarking on a natural modality in taking care of your health. And of course, if you're pregnant or nursing, you want to consult with your practitioner as well. So, with that, we are going to get this kicked off. And our first guest that we are going to bring on is Miss Sarah Steinkoff. She is joining me from this great state of Texas. So, Sarah, thank you for joining us. I've heard your story and I've seen the pictures. There's a couple of pictures, you guys, that I'm going to pop in when she starts talking about some of the therapies that she's gone through. So tell us, Sarah, kind of what you've been going through, dealing with for the last few years, what different therapies you've tried and what you've seen. And then, of course, who introduced you to the patches, how long you've been patching, and what incredible benefits you've seen from using this technology.
Yes. Okay. So I'm Sarah Steinkoff. I live in the Houston area. I'm 38 years old and I have been having foot and ankle pain and also inflammation for, I would say, on and off for 7 years since my last child was born. I guess during pregnancy, my feet blew up. And then after that, that's like that never went away. And I just continuously had feet issues and feet pain and ankle pain. I think I had a few injuries between 7 years ago and now where I hurt my foot and then I never went to see a doctor and which was bad on me, but nothing ever really nothing really ever helped when I did go see a doctor. When I finally did go see a doctor, they were like, "You're fine. Your feet are fine. Your ankles are fine." I'm like, "No, they're not. That's why I'm here." I finally, made an appointment because I'm in so much pain that I need answers. And so I went to several feet doctors in Houston, which we have some of the best doctors in the world in Houston. So
Mhm.
the fact that I actually didn't get any answers was really disappointing and upsetting, because you would think that when you're going to the best doctors in the nation that you would get some answers, and I never did. Um, and so that was really like not only disappointing, but like depressing. I actually was depressed because I was like, well, what am I going to do if I can't figure out what's wrong with me and I can't fix myself? What am I going to do? Um, so anyway, I was just living with the pain. I had plantar fasciitis and then just this inflammation around my ankles, and I couldn't figure out how to, solve my problem. I was just trying different diets. I was trying different foods. I tried physical therapy. My husband is actually a physical therapist, a doctor of physical therapy and sports medicine. He works at the Baytown Methodist Clinic here in Baytown, and that was my only hope was my own husband, because that's what he does for a living, and he solves a lot of people's problems. But with this, he would show me stretches and he would show me exercises, and I would do them not all the time or consistently, but when I would go in to get some dry needling done, that was like my only relief that I had, which was these little skinny needles that go into my heel and go into my ankle. And here's some pictures of it. And it was actually very painful, but then after it, I was very thankful that I did it because I would feel so much relief. But I would have to go twice a week, and I went for about 2 months. And it was like, it was still painful every time. It was, I was willing to deal with the pain to know that I would have relief after. That's how desperate I was. That I was literally willing to go get needles in my feet and in my heel just to get some relief. And so anyway, fast forward to June, I went to a friend's birthday party, Ava Clark, and she's the one that introduced me to the patches. And she was like, "Well, you should try some of my patches out." And I was thinking, I've heard of these patches before, but I've never tried them. Anyways, I stuck 2 patches on, and that night I was walking around, and mind you, I was at a pain level of a 10. I was probably a level 10. By the end of the day, I was at this party and I put these patches on, and my pain level was maxed out. I could hardly walk. I could hardly walk any steps. And all of a sudden, and I mean, I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't. I had instant relief. And I didn't know what was going on because I couldn't believe that these patches could stick on me and all of a sudden no pain. I didn't believe it. I started making up things in my head like, oh, it's because um you know I just drank a bunch of water and now my inflammation's gone. I just started thinking these crazy thoughts because I was like, there's no way that this is happening right now. I didn't know any science behind it. I didn't know anything about anything. I just knew that there's these patches, try them, you'll see. And I was like, I'll try anything. I'm desperate. I'm willing to get shots in my heels, my feet. So, anyways, I had a few more patches for the next day. I put those on. And again, I couldn't believe it. I literally could not believe that I went from walking 5,000 steps a day because I was in so much pain to walking about 13,000 steps a day. And when I was walking 13,000 steps a day and had energy all day long in a totally different mood, pain free, I was like, okay, I don't know what these patches are, but I don't care. I want to buy some. I'm willing to do whatever it takes um, to be pain free. I mean, I've been dealing with pain for so long that I forgot what it was like to be pain free. And so, anyways, I bought 2 months worth of patches and wore them almost every single day. And the days that I didn't wear them, I remembered, go put your patches on because I'd start getting inflammation. And I still can't figure that out yet. But if I don't have my patches on, my feet can start hurting again. I'm not sure how that's working or how that's supposed to work with the technology behind it all, but I'm at the point where I'm in month 3 of wearing patches, and I would be at max pain level 10, and now I'm like at a 1. I just remember the fact that, oh yeah, my feet, I walked a lot today, then like one little spot of my foot kind of hurts. But it's been a drastic change, life-changing change.
That's incredible. So, really quickly, just a couple things. What patches did you wear and where did you put them on? Did you put them on your feet? What did you do in terms of that little protocol?
So my friend told me stick them like where there is actual placement where you're supposed to put them, but wherever your pain is, put them on those pain spots. So I would put them on my ankle and on my heel. And I've tested these patches so much within the past 2 months that I would try them in the placements that they show online, and then like on your back. And then I've put some of my traps before because my traps are tight, and like that's helped too. I move them around. I'll put them on my ankles if they hurt, or I'll put them on my heel or my foot. And I know it's the heat and light that help it, and I still don't know exactly. I haven't done a deep dive to understand everything about it yet, but I'm learning, and I can't wait to learn more because I'm just amazed. I can't believe they're working.
That's incredible. What patches do you know which ones
The
that
Eon, the X39, the X49, and the Eon. I just started the 49 this month.
oh,
So
good.
most the last 2 months have been X39 and Eon.
That's incredible. Well, and what we know, and I'm sure Dr. Jennifer can put a little input on this. And in terms of the inflammation, right? There are constantly things that are causing inflammation in our body.
Mhm.
A big cause of inflammation is actually the food we eat. I mean, there's a
Absolutely.
whole lot of food that we eat that causes inflammation. So we do need to constantly keep that inflammation, those markers at bay, right?
Mhm.
And then, of course, just the regenerative process. We
No,
know.
I did not use Ice Wave. I just saw that question. I have not
Oh,
used
okay.
Ice Wave before.
Okay. Well, and that's another good one. But obviously, like you said, you were definitely a one patch wonder. And I love that you said, Sarah, you're using them, you didn't care. A level 10 is debilitating. I absolutely could not even imagine it, because the level 10 to you is probably 20 to just the average person, because
Mhm.
you've lived with it so long.
Right. It was chronic, and then like when that foot pain went away, any other pain on me, I was like, didn't even know I had other pain because I was taken over by compensated by so much other pain that I didn't even realize anything else in my body was even hurting.
Yeah, well, I love that you are now learning about it
Mhm.
and digging into how is this working,
Right.
right? Because I know your husband, you said he was just absolutely floored
Yeah.
being a doctor of physical therapy and
Mhm.
working with so many patients in sports medicine at Methodist, that, wow. So we're excited that you're just an incredible story, girl. I know it's going to help so many people. And to see all those needles in your foot, that just makes my skin crawl looking at that.
And to think that that was the only thing I had going for me. I was doing that on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Twice a week for about 2 months to get relief, and I was getting relief, but that was purposely painful, and I knew it was going to be painful, but then I was okay with it knowing that I was going to have relief in the end. But this is like a patch.
Yeah. I'd love that. Well, girl, thank you so much for sharing. We definitely will have you back on in 90 days or so to hear an update, because I know your body is going to continue to repair and regenerate over time as you patch.
Thank you.